What's up, comic and pop culture fans? This is James with Midhunter Comics, and nobody asked, but I'm going to make a video of 50 books that I'm either sick of or I just don't get the hype. This is 100% pure opinion. Some of these opinions, I think I'm even self-aware that they're probably wrong, but we're going to do it anyway. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, drop something down below that you'd like to add to the list. Let's get it started. X-Men 244, First Jubilee. I actually love Jubilee the character, but for whatever reason, I have run into like 100 copies of this in the last year, and it kind of ruined it for me. Strange Tales 107, probably one of my least favorite Kirby covers. I think it's wildly boring. It's considered an iconic classic cover. Really? Iron Man number 9, first Riri Williams. I'm just not into the character. I can't get into. I have tried, can't do it. Fantastic Four 272. I see this all the time when I buy collections. I'm a much bigger fan of 273. He's also on the cover on that one. I think it's kind of an ugly cover, and it's one of those solid $20 books, but I know I'm done paying $20 for it. Any of the Batman Year One issues. Fun fact, I think this is some of the best comics ever written, but I'm not a big fan of the art, and I really am not a fan of the covers. So I don't really understand spending the $60 to $80 to get the full thing in near mint. Grab the trade paperback. X-Force 11, first Domino, although not really. I don't know, I'm much more of a fan of book number 8. Wolverine 75, first Bone Claws. I think this cover is hideous. There, I said it. Marvel Now, Point One. This is one of those, it's the first cover appearance of America Chavez. I just don't think that's enough to warrant $20 and sometimes $30 highs for this. I just don't get it. Eternals number 1, I am sick of these. Morbius number 1, just I've seen too many. I'm numb. X-Men 200, Magneto becomes headmaster. Cool story. I'm not really a fan of the art though, and you know what? This isn't the only time he becomes headmaster, so another $20 price tag I'm not really understanding. Any keys that can be described as a new suit of armor. I am definitely of the opinion that that should not count as a key. Web of Spider-Man 100, we're looking at you. Batman 107, Miracle Molly. Sometimes failed speculation is funny. I actually love the first appearance of Virus because we all fell for it, and that's kind of funny. Miracle Molly, I don't know, it wasn't funny. Micronauts number 1, I got too burnt out. I saw this too many times, and the book's been kind of killed for me. Conan 23, I lost too much damn money on this. I had a 9.8, I sent it to a Roy Thomas signing, it dropped to a 9.6, and believe it or not, even with a signature, I still was able to lose well over $1,000, and it's killed the book for me. Amazing Spider-Man 365, this is nothing. This is not a key, this has been debunked. Web of Spider-Man 90s, the first actual preview, so this book really isn't anything. Debunked. McFarlane Spidey covers. I actually didn't know I was actually going to write this, so here it is. That's a hot take. Yeah, I don't like the price tag associated with them. I kind of think they're not that special. Oh, people are going to hate that. Okay. Bloodshot 6 and 7. This is the first appearance of Ninjak. I see it all the time, and it's a solid 5 or higher book, but I can never seem to move it for 5. X-Force number 1. Other than the Deadpool card, I'm getting kind of sick of these. Makes sense, though. It is one of the most printed books of all time. Any, and I mean any, modern Star Wars, Dark Horse, Marvel, whoever's doing it, I don't care. If it's not Volume 1, I can't stand writing the key significance on the back of each book before a sale. Oh my God, sometimes the names of these characters, I can't pronounce them, but I can't even write them, and it takes like 10 minutes to write all the things on the back. Brutal. Wolverine 1, first appearance of Patch. I actually just didn't like the early issues in this run. Batman 423, I've mentioned this before, I will never understand it. You'd think I hate Todd McFarlane. I love Todd McFarlane. You're just catching me not digging a couple things here. I like his Hulk covers. Journey into Mystery 89, classic cover, but I think it's horribly boring. I don't really get this one. I've never really understood this one. Oh boy. Superman 233. Neil Adams cover. This is not even in his like top 50. It might not even be in his top 100. I'll never understand the hype on this one. Any Watchmen spinoff, so before Watchmen, whatever, there was never supposed to be a sequel or a prequel, so I have to stay true. Wolverine Origin, I just didn't like the story. So it always sells, though, which is funny. Walking Dead 100 First Negan. Kind of getting tired of Walking Dead. My crowd doesn't really buy it, so I end up with stockpiles of Walking Dead 100 First Negan. Giant Size Defenders number 3 First Korvac. I just don't know the character that well. I'm kind of blown away by the very high price tag. Miracle Man number 1. This is one of those books that's like allegedly worth anywhere from $50 to $100 near mint. Dude, I can't sell these for 20 bucks. I'm getting a little tired of them. Defender 17 and 18 First Wrecking Crew. If I've got them both, I try to bundle them. I've gotten it too many times. It's not cool to me anymore, but if it's cool to you, that's awesome. Captain America 312 Flag Smasher. This was ruined by the terrible show. Wonder Man number 1, allegedly a solid $10 book, but I've had quite a few and they're starting to rack up, so I'm thinking about moving this into a $5 bin. We'll see. Next Wave Agents of Hate. I can't sell these. So Key Collector says that this stinking thing is, I think, 60 or 70 bucks. I can't move them for 20. I don't really know what the big deal of this thing is anyway. I can't move them, so not a fan. Any homage cover ever. I understand why people might like them. I don't totally get it, and I don't sink money into stuff that way. Any of the Thor turns into a frog keys. There's like 5 keys. It's too dragged out. Which is the key that you're supposed to grab? You know, and it gets expensive. So it would have been better if they wrapped that story up, or you can just choose one to put your investment into. Too much money. Nude covers. I am a fan of PG, maybe PG-13 comics. The whole booby thing, fully exposed, dude, oh God, I don't care. The whole porny stuff, I don't get it at all. First Silver Age appearance of Penguin. Very ugly cover, in my opinion. Never liked the price, never liked the cover. The non-key Neil Adams Green Lantern books. These books were very recently ruined for me. I sent all my extremely high-grade copies to get regraded after a clean and a press, and they all lost their original grade. Ooh, that's just still a little too soon. It's honestly hurt those books really bad for me. I can't look at them without that bad memory. Night Nurse, number 1. I don't understand the appeal nor the price tag with this book. Century, number 1. Not for reasons you'd think. I have only lost a couple comic books ever. I was like trying to get it graded, or I put it somewhere. I don't know. I am currently missing 2 near mint copies of Century number 1. That book has bad juju now. Can't do it. Returned comics. If you don't know, a return comic was an older phenomenon in which newsstands would return just a piece of the cover instead of having to ship the entire book back. Anyway, I have an easier time selling coverless copies rather than these returned copies. They are a nightmare to move. Spider-Gwen 24, first appearance of Gwenom. So Spider-Gwen bonds with Venom. I think that if you zoom in, this is one of the ugliest covers I've seen in the last 20 years. That awful, awful pig face, that's not a cute one. What if Peter Parker became the Punisher? I don't agree with most what if prices. To me, it's like an Elseworlds thing. It's not even like a main continuity thing. And a lot of the prices sort of get away. But considering one of the variants is like $50 raw, come on, man. I don't agree. Daredevil 160. I understand it's Frank Miller Daredevil, but this is a really, really high price tag for a book that isn't key. I don't even think it should be considered a classic cover. It's a sort of cool cover, but is it 40 bucks, 50 bucks? I don't know, man. Master of Kung Fu Annual number 1. This one just makes me mad. I lost almost $500 on selling a 9.8 of this. How could that even happen? I don't know, but it definitely ruined the book for me. It's over. Batman 666. All of a sudden you get this Damian as Batman. And I don't like the fact that they say this is the first appearance of Professor Pig and Flamingo. It's just not. It's like a bait and switch. I don't really like the story, and I certainly don't like the $50 near mint price tag. I just disagree. How about Marvel Spotlight 28, the first solo Moon Knight story? I don't really get the price tag on this one. This is kind of double dipping. Wow, I'm coming after Todd McFarlane for a 3rd time in one video. I already said I don't like homage covers, and I feel like 301 ASM is just a rehash of 300. Not my thing. If it's your thing, that's awesome. The aftermarket value on this is just ridiculous, and it's not even really a key, so let's move on. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to give one that whenever I get this book in, I have to wince when I'm pricing this out. It's New Mutants 14. Ilyana Rasputin joins the New Mutants. Big frickin' deal. I know that when you think of the New Mutants, you kind of think of Ilyana Rasputin, but this book is supposedly like a $20, $30 book, and I get it in all the time, and I'm telling you, this should be like a $5 book. All it is she just joins the New Mutants. That's not that crazy, man. I wildly disagree with the price on that one. There are some comic books that I've seen literally like 500 times that I still think are cool. Honestly, I love comics so much, I feel that way about the majority of things. But there are some things I've either been burnt out on or burned on, or I never got it to begin with, and these are mine. Let me know yours. Keep on hunting, and I'll see you at the next video. Make sure to come on down to Sentiment Depot's Antiques and Collectibles, located at 238 West Delaware Ave in Pennington, New Jersey. Find so many great books for just $1 and the lowest prices on key comics around. Enjoy a huge selection of graded comics priced up to 20% lower than current fair market value. We are open from Wednesday to Sunday, closed Monday, Tuesday. You got a collection you want to sell? Bring that too. Can't wait to see you there.